Old Clunky Joe and the Never-Ending Stairs. Old Clunky Joe was a disaster of a man, the kind of mess you couldn't look away from. His life was a train wreck, and he had a sadistic love for torturing himself with shoving random objects in his urethra. While most people took elevators or stayed on flat ground, Joe found joy in the agony of sounding. His boots, nicknamed Old Saggy Balls, were as beat up and saggy as he was. One morning, Joe stumbled out of his shithole of a white house and saw it, an endless flight of stairs reaching into the clouds. Did he call for help? Of course not. He adjusted Old Saggy Balls, muttered something incoherent about his glory days, and started climbing, probably thinking, at least this might fucking kill me. Then, out of nowhere, a sweet scent hit him like a kick in the nuts. It was the smell of children's hair, reminding him of the days when he wasn't completely dried up like the Sahara Desert. The scent of Astroglide was so strong it almost made him forget how much he hated everything. Almost. Gravity's relentless pull. As Joe climbed higher, gravity decided to fuck with him. Each step got harder, each breath more laboured. His old saggy balls, once trusty, now felt like concrete blocks. But Joe wasn't a quitter. He had made this stupid decision, and by God, he was going to stick with it. Enter Donald, Joe's archenemy, the kind of asshole who'd fuck his own grandma for a laugh, popped up just as Joe was finding his rhythm. With a swift kick, Donald sent Joe tumbling up a dozen steps. Yeah, up. Joe groaned, his dementia kicking in as he came all over Donald and tried to remember why the fuck he was even there, then glared at Donald, who vanished, laughing like a maniac. The plateau. After what felt like a century, Joe found a small plateau and shit his pants. It had soft grass, wildflowers, and for some reason random bird feathers like some twisted fairy tale staring Ron Jeremy. Joe collapsed onto it, ready to quit, when the scent of children's hair grew stronger. He dozed off, dreaming of days when he wasn't completely fucked. He woke up to find a group of kids at his feet, their hair as soft and fragrant as he remembered. They looked at him with innocent curiosity, probably wondering why there was so much cum everywhere. The summit refreshed. Joe got back on his feet. The stairs seemed endless, but Joe felt a new determination. The scent of children's hair stuck with him, a reminder that not everything was a pile of shit. Finally, Joe saw a faint light. With one last burst of shit-filled pants, he reached the summit and shit his pants. The end, Joe collapsed, trembling with exhaustion. Catching his breath, he noticed a gleaming Boeing 747, engines humming. Joe smiled, or at least tried to. He had won. With a deep sense of satisfaction and no fucking clue what he'd do next, he boarded the plane, ready for whatever absurd, shitty adventure awaited. God bless America.